So there aren't enough security people in the world. Everyone is fighting for the same opportunity. So
Mhm.
what we're trying to do is really getting folks that are cross-functional.
Hi, Bramley. I hope you're well. Welcome to the IT Global Direction. My name is Rorisang Hlahatsi-Baloyi. Bramley, please introduce yourself. Please introduce where you are and what's the hot topic for today.
Yeah, Rory, thank you for the invite. My name is Bramley Maetsa, and I'm calling all the way from South Africa. Very happy to be here. The topic for today is DevSecOps,
Okay.
which is a topical topic in the market.
Yeah, what is DevSecOps, Bramley?
Yeah, so a good question. So maybe let's start defining DevOps. I think a lot of people understand what DevOps is, which is the union of people, processes, and technology to ensure that there is continuous work in terms of how we deliver a product, whether into production, that those products are delivered at speed with quality and stability. Now, the sec component, which is DevSecOps, it's really making sure that we have products that we're building with security by design, right? In the past, when we think about solutions, we think about getting the requirements with your product owners, building the solutions, and we only think about security when we are about to deploy solutions into production.
Mm,
And even that, when we think about security, we're thinking about pen testing,
yeah,
penetration testing. You
yeah.
look at call, you ask security to really do that. So really, DevSecOps in simple terms is which will expand on the conversation, but it's really about shifting left, making sure that as we build those solutions, we are building with security in mind.
Yeah, so can you just give us the distinction between delivering in an agile methodology and the introduction of DevSecOps? What is the relationship between these two approaches?
Yeah, good question. Folks that used to deliver products in IT, we normally use waterfall, right? It's
Yeah.
waterfall. It's a methodology that is quite known for many years. In the 70s, we want to first understand the entire scope in terms of how, the product's gonna pan out, and we want to have budgets upfront and things like that. And really agile helps us to really think about solutions incrementally, right?
Mm,
Having to build solutions based on, minimal viable product, building
mm,
solutions based on features
mm,
that will bring value to an organization. At the core of it is really about speed, right?
mm,
And making sure that if we do fail, we're probably going to fail very fast and learn from it,
mm.
and move the solution that is of quality to production. Now, your question around then what is DevSecOps? DevSecOps, it's built on Agile. In fact, you have to be Agile first to really start thinking about DevOps and DevSecOps, because at the core of it, we really working on um, the features, the minimal viable products. We are applying the risk of security on a feature level, or in most cases,
Mm,
even on a story, user story level, making sure that a definition of done when it comes to user story.
Mm,
It has some preconditions that speak to security.
yeah.
So and really that's where the relationship lies.
That makes sense. So Bramley, within the agile structure, I'll be specific to the safe agile methodology. Where would a security person be sitting? Is it from a business owner level, product owner level, product management level? Where exactly would we see the involvement of a security person in this new concept of DevSecOps?
Yeah, it's a good question. That would be core to the delivery team, essentially where you will ideally have your developers, quality engineers, BAs in a Scrum team. So they will play very core to it. But even said that, I mean, they're just expanding on that. So there aren't enough security people in the world. Everyone is fighting for the same opportunity. So
Mhm,
what we're trying to do is really getting folks that are cross-functional, right? You will
mhm,
typically maybe have someone who is a quality engineer that can learn the security components as far as delivery of software with quality is concerned, or actually have a developer that learns the tricks and what it's needed from a security folks perspective.
mhm,
Because at the core of it, it's really folks that understand how code works. Because in practicality, even though the requirements may be defined by the BA, but we want the developers to be the ones that when they see something that's vulnerable, in this case, as you write code on real time, we're able to see if you're writing something that is going to expose the organization or the product to security.
mhm,
And we want you as the coder to fix it, not really for us to log a call with security. So in practical terms, if you're in mature organizations, it's
mhm,
not necessarily security person, but
mhm.
it's someone in the product building in the Scrum team that really understands the code, and they are just applying security techniques to
Mhm.
resolve the issues as they come through
Yeah. Apparently,
at the time that they're building.
isn't it too late when we start to apply security principles when we're coding? What about from the business analysis level where you're defining the requirements, you're already incorporating security requirements?
Yeah, yeah, you're spot on. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
spot on. You're spot on. It's too late, right? So the analysis, I would argue that your business analyst would have factored in. We also see techniques called threat analysis that are actually done even by security guys at the business analysis phase.
Yeah.
So you are spot on. It needs to happen at the business analysis phase,
Mm.
the security component.
Awesome.
And it's just the techniques as we're building that as the developers come in, they're taking what the business analyst has factored in to really making sure that we have a quality product with no exposure to vulnerability.
Yeah, true. And Bramley, if someone is interested in understanding the concept of DevSecOps in more detail, do you have any recommendations on where do they start? Because as you mentioned that in the past, we're using the waterfall methodology to deliver, and now we transitioning to this new way of working. Any recommendations on how should people transition? How do they get there?
Yeah, it is very broad. I mean, and again, it depends. If someone wants to be a specialist, there's a path that they would take. But if you want just to be someone that build products and they are, you want to build product security by design, you know, technical analysis, BA analysis. Folks are learning today how to incorporate security in their conversation. But I will suggest that the foundations of Agile that become part of your roadmap in becoming security, you know, aware. And then I will suggest that taking any course in, again, business analysis first, right? Taking
Mhm.
any course in either DevOps that will expose you to a lot of learnings that you need to get, and it's not very hard. I mean, I made you know, spent some time on this. Is that folks that are coming from hardware configuration can
Mhm.
learn DevOps and DevSecOps very easily. Folks that
Mhm.
are coming from quality engineering can learn, you know, DevOps very easily. Folks that are coming from BA can actually become security analysts very easily from that perspective. So there's many routes that
Mhm.
folks can take depending on, do you want to be a specialist or in the sense of being technical, or do you
Yeah.
want to be an analyst? But yeah, so again, if you were to go to any of our OEMs, whether it is Microsoft and Google, Amazon, any of these folks, they actually have programs as
Mhm.
far as security is concerned. Most of this DevSecOps is concerned. Most of these are free, by the way,
Mhm.
that you can get some of these courses.
And my last question, Bramley, is DevSecOps for delivering IT products only, or is it a business-wide approach in delivering?
Wow, it's a tough question. It's a tough question. I'm gonna give you my personal view. Look, um, the world of IT is transitioning. You would have seen most of your typical IT companies are shedding jobs, right? And the argument that they're making, if you listen to the CEOs, they're saying that it's because a work of IT is shifting. Uh, we're not losing, people are not literally losing jobs if you were to, you know, balance the equation. But it's because every company is becoming an IT company. So
Yeah.
then you would argue in any space where and again, you would argue that everything in any organization, it's getting connected. So, you know, DevSecOps now becomes just the new ways of working, right? Rather
Mhm.
than, you know, a principle that is ran in IT. So those are, you know, two or three things that I would argue. You look at the trends, what's going on. You're also looking at the fact that almost every organization becomes an IT organization,
Yeah.
and also that almost everything is getting connected. Then because of all of that, then you would say DevSecOps is really new ways of working.
Mm. I like that answer. I have no opinion on that answer, so I'll keep it like
It's my
that.
personal opinion.
Yeah.
No, so
No, it's
yeah,
allowed. I mean, yeah. So, Bradley, thank you so much for joining the IT Global Direction. I'll try and sum up everything you mentioned today. So, you indicated that DevSecOps, basically what it's introducing is to bring in our security people upfront, not to be an afterthought like we did in the waterfall methodology. You also indicated that DevSecOps, I'll use this term, it also focuses on ensuring that people are M-skilled. So there's not just a security person focusing on security, but everyone within the squads or the delivery team think about security in everything that they do. You also indicated, lastly, that the concept of DevSecOps is not solely on IT, it is a business way of delivering, because a lot of organizations have now incorporated or are seeing themselves as technology companies. I hope I covered everything you said or summarized everything you said,
you
Bramley.
did.
Awesome.
100%.
So much for joining us. For our viewers today, please go to our website on www.itglobaldirection to see more conversations and more topics of the past that we discussed on IT Global Direction. And thank you for joining us. Thank you, Bramley. Enjoy the rest of your day.